Yeah, let me make this clear. Ma'am, you in the back. Your question's cute, but the answer's a hard no. Tiffany don't mingle with everyday folks. She's got a VIP list reserved strictly for people rocking real-deal criminal resumes. And I'm not talking little misdemeanors. We're talking heavyweight felonies. Top-shelf charges. The kind of rap sheets that look like alphabet soup when you read them out loud. Certified, laminated, straight-up career criminal stuff. And here's the twist. It's not enough just to have a record. You also need that kind of reputation where if something comes up missing, everyone instantly says, "Oh, yeah, that was probably them." That's Tiffany's favorite kind of employee. It's not just shady, it's calculated. Because if money, files, or anything else ever disappears, boom, she's our scapegoat built into payroll. Diabolical? Absolutely. But you almost gotta admit, it's genius in its own twisted way. Now pause real quick. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't just watch, get in the mix. But back to Tiffany. This is where the story takes a turn. See, the trustees actually try to recall her. Yeah, you heard that right. They literally try to return her, like a busted blender. Like, hey, can we get a refund? Honestly, brilliant idea, but botched execution. Still, 10 out of 10 on entertainment value alone. Oh, picture this. Tiffany struts up to her little white podium, ready to play her favorite role, the misunderstood hero. According to her, she's the savior. Everyone else is the enemy, and the people owe her endless gratitude. She's up there acting like she deserves a parade every time she breathes. And then out of nowhere, it happens. A random citizen steps forward, snatches a mic, and drops a truth bomb. This brave soul says exactly what I've been yelling for months. Calls Tiffany out on her sketchy obsession with hiring folks who've got rap sheets longer than CVS receipts. And here's the kicker. It's not a secret anymore. This isn't rumor. This isn't speculation. It's a full-blown pattern right in plain sight. And today, we're tearing into it. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and let's ride. The woman who grabbed that mic didn't just speak. She unloaded. She exposed how Tiffany had stacked the room with her loyal hype squad. So if you were watching at home wondering why there was clapping after every dramatic pause, surprise. It wasn't random townsfolk cheering her on. It was her personal cheerleaders, preloaded and planted like extras on a movie set. And the wild part? They were in position before Tiffany even stepped through the door. This wasn't community support, it was choreography. So then Tiffany launches into her grand performance. She stands tall and declares, "I wasn't elected by 5 people. I was elected by 82% of the community." Then she pivots, aiming her fire at the trustees, accusing them of targeting her because they don't like her or disagree with her ideas. She calls it unfit leadership. And to flex, she brags, "If that was the case, I would have done what I do best, hit the streets." Then she throws out her resume, boasting about how she once pulled 800 signatures in 2 days to get 3 referendum questions on a ballot. Like that's proof she's untouchable. But here's the kicker. This time she did none of that. No signatures. No petitions. Not even an attempt. And yet, she wants us all to pretend she did. Worse, she wants us to believe that if she had done it, the whole village would have lined up to sign. Basically, she's treating a fake petition like it's solid evidence. Imaginary support is proof of overwhelming popularity. It's delusion at its finest. Those signatures never existed. The movement, a mirage. But in Tiffany's head, that's enough to sell as fact. And somehow, the crowd claps. Like, full applause for pure fantasy. I'm telling you, this was the weakest cheer squad in history. It's embarrassing. Because when corrupt people roll deep, they don't just bring shady. They bring stupid too. That's the combo. Crooked and clueless. If you're going to run a dirty operation, at least bring folks who can act sharp in public. But Tiffany? Nah. She built her army out of seat fillers and dimwits. It's a circus of fools making each other look worse. That's her strategy. That's her squad. Bravo. Now Tiffany loves to remind us she's the first black female mayor and supervisor in Dalton, like it's her shield against criticism. But here's the reality. If she resigned today, that history wouldn't vanish. She'd still be the first. That milestone is locked. Nobody's erasing it. But let's be real. She was never on track to be the best anything. That was never in the cards. So if she left right now, she'd keep the history while dodging the disgrace. She could go out on a high note, though truth be told, she's already cemented as the worst. And then, cue the theatrics. Tears, dramatics, the whole routine. I don't appreciate the slander and attacks just for serving the people. She cries unfair, unjust, uncalled for. Then, right on schedule, she pulls a gender card. If I were a man, this wouldn't be happening. Like, ma'am, you were the loudest voice dragging the last mayor like he was your personal punching bag. The man before you didn't catch heat from anyone, except you. And me, too, but still, she lit that fire herself. Tiffany's always projecting. She doesn't think before she talks. She just spits out whatever sounds good in the moment, like a mic gives her immunity from facts. Next comes the begging. She pleads with folks to reconsider the recall, claims she's done nothing wrong, says it's just a difference of opinion. Then she flips it on the trustees, accusing them of ignoring the community. Where were y'all when the people were crying out? Girl, they were crying about you. You were the problem. You were the one sparking chaos with your squad of yes-men. Remember Robert? The guy who walked like his spine gave up halfway down, nodding at everything you said like a bobblehead. Now Holmes does the same thing. That's Tiffany's playbook. Fill the room with puppets and play ventriloquist. And then she tries to flex again. I made history. I earned this seat. If y'all want it, wait your turn and take it in 2025. And honestly, that's the sharpest line she's ever dropped. Even House nodded, like finally, some logic. But then comes a vote to repeal the resolution for the recall. And the silence? Deafening. Is there a motion? Nothing. Is there a second? Crickets. Just when it's about to collapse. Here comes Holmes. Of course it's Holmes. Always Holmes. The man rides for Tiffany like she's handing out loyalty points. And rumor has it, don't even leave a drink near him. Allegedly, the comedy continues. When you pay folks to show up and clap on cue, don't act shocked when they shout, "We support you, girl." Like they didn't get a gas card to be there. We support you, girl. Yeah, okay. Now where's the envelope? It's embarrassing. Is there a second? Nope. Second. Please. Sit down, so the trustees push forward with the recall. And Tiffany sulks, saying she wishes the people could recall them instead. Classic. The crowd shots tell the whole story. One woman clapping like she just hit the lottery. One dude sitting stiff as a mannequin in a bass pro hat. Everyone else? Quiet. Why? Because the real noise was in the back. Her planted cheer squad. The same crew she busting like it's homecoming. And someone even called it out. On record. Then Tiffany pulls the I'm not worried act. Says she's going to keep elevating. Says the hate is real. The jealousy's real. Sis, the charges are real. And then she flips it again. Why didn't anyone speak up about corruption before me? Girl, they're speaking up about you. You are the corruption. This is about vibes. It's about contracts, lawsuits, subpoenas, and checks with your fingerprints all over them. Now she's blaming the media. Says it's shameful she's always on the news. Tells journalists to get both sides. But every reporter tried. All of them. She ghosted. And when she finally let one through, Tommy G, what did she do? She ducked, sending her boyfriend and a thug to talk instead. Smart? Not even close. Her boyfriend steps on camera pointing like he's at a WWE weigh-in. Bam! 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 Meanwhile, Tiffany's hiding in the back, blasting her little rap track like it's a press release. And the lyrics? Straight up contradiction. She told Tommy she's never even been in a Tahoe. Then the beat drops, riding through Vegas to Chicago in a Tahoe. Girl, are you serious? That's not just dumb, that's prison dumb. And then her closer, the press never gets my side. Ma'am, you are your side. Every word out your mouth makes it worse. And right after her finale, boom, another citizen steps forward. Because the clown car never stops rolling. And Estella, she steps up calm but with fire in her voice. She points to Tiffany's shiny block-by-block program, but cuts through the fluff. Basic stuff ain't even getting done. She says she's being told to read her own water meter. Like, ma'am pays taxes, and now she's a part-time utility worker? She joked, if I read that meter, I'm saying it reads 0. Matter of fact, y'all owe me money. The whole room laughed, but the message hit. Then she got real. People don't even feel safe letting village workers into their homes. And honestly, can you blame them? Folks literally said, I don't want anyone from the village in my house. And here's the real sting. Stella asked if the village can hire people without felony records. We already know the answer. Tiffany doesn't just hire people with records. She recruits them, especially ones tied to theft. That way, when something disappears, Tiffany's got her scapegoat ready. That's not sloppy. That's strategy. She doesn't want clean people. Clean folks tell the truth. Clean folks expose shady deals. She needs people who are already compromised, people she can control, and Stella laid it down. If I knew this village would be like this, I'd never bought a home here. The irony? Tiffany's own clappers accidentally applauded, forgetting whose side they were on. Probably thought Tiffany was still talking. The confusion was comedy gold. But Stella wasn't done. She reminded everyone, she's not looking for a job. She just wants services she already pays for. She exposed how trustees are asked to vote on budgets they never even see, how the water department refuses to give her old bills. Workers are terrified to hand over a single sheet of paper because one wrong move could tie back to Tiffany. And Tiffany's orders? Don't hand over nothing. Why? Because if those documents leak, it's game over. And then the line of the night. Stella hit them with, Tiffany's go to jail, and then hell, in that order. The whole room froze because facts. She called for a forensic audit. If Tiffany had nothing to hide, she'd be begging for one. Instead, she dodges. Why? Because that audits her one-way ticket to prison. Stella closed with heart. Said she just wants residents safe and supported. I've invested too much in my home to live like this. Then she looked straight at the police chief and asked, would you feel safe knowing a felon might be sent into your house? That hit like a hammer. She said she doesn't even call for maintenance unless it's life or death. Not because she thinks every worker's a criminal, but because she doesn't know. And the risk? Too high. She ended plain and simple. Fix the small stuff first. Then worry about block by block. And the planted clappers? Stuck. Didn't know whether to cheer, boo, or stay silent. They froze. Stella didn't even attack Tiffany directly, but she told the truth, and it landed. They looked around waiting for Tiffany to signal, but the signal never came. Busted, here's the takeaway. Stella said what we've all been saying. Tiffany doesn't end up around criminals. She chooses them. It's her blueprint. Hire people with baggage. People she can intimidate. People who'll take the fall. But here's the problem. Those same people flip fast when the feds start knocking. They've been inside. They know the game. And the last thing they want is to go back. So when the pressure hits, Tiffany's hand-picked squad will be the ones to sell her out. The team she thought would protect her will be the team that buries her. Stay safe. Stay sharp. And remember, Mama loves you. Yes, she do. Peace.